Good evening, everybody. This is Cosmic Kari Star. It's about 5:30 in Phoenix and actually Scottsdale, and it's been 117, 118 degrees today. It's a hot one in the desert, I'll tell you. So I'm having a fabulous last couple of days. Things are really starting to uh, take off. Um, Starting to get people involved that are really inspirational to my work. So I feel like this is entering a new phase. And, today I had spare time and my choice was go do the laundry, take a nap, or make a recording. So here I am because this is where I'd most rather be, is with you guys sharing stuff. So anyways, I decided just to do something brief and do it like every day so you have something to look at. And yesterday I tried recording something. It was a total fiasco. And so I deleted that and I'm going to try again. So here I am on Zoom and I'm going to start with a particular page in my book just because it's easy. There we go. And I even learned how to get rid of that bar up there. Little by little, I'm learning how to work this stuff, guys. Okay, hide that. Okay, so we can have a full page. And over here, I saw something about hiding that full page too. Let's see if I can do it. No, not quite. Close though. I think we can give that a go. So there I am in that gold circle when I get my book fully recorded, which will be after I finish making all my decorative pages. Then it will fill up that gold space there. Hoping everything will turn out great. So this is what you'll get, this big full page when you uh, do purchase my audiobook. And I'm planning to have all kinds of a workbook that goes with it. So as you go through it, every little section, there'll be some questions and answers and homework, and you can take notes. It's going to be fun. All right. So I'm going to try this again with this page. Men become superheroes. So if you notice in the left-hand corner there, we got a guy in his business suit becoming a superhero, which is every little boy's dream. It's the hero, and it never goes away, not to their dying day. This is their design, is to be the hero that is to provide and protect, to save the day, and to be utterly worthy of the feminine goddess that he chooses. All right, so long ago, the elder women taught the young men, and they taught the men how to make the woman's heart radiate. So that is her essence. And it's not how to give her, 100, explosions down there. But when her heart is deeply radiating and deeply immersed in his heart, that's when her joy skyrockets. That's when Superman takes her flying over, the skyline of the buildings up in the clouds, and she relaxes in his arms and he takes her into the highest heights. No kidding. And that's the female polarity in full. And that's what the Great Circle of Desire does. So this is all promoting the particular little embrace that I do, which is basically a 10-minute embrace. It uses special magnetic points on the back. If you've been with my page for a long time, you've probably read it, about 100 times by now. But this is the thing that is going to change the world, because once we reincorporate this into partners and couples, especially the ones that are serious about each other, there will be such joy, such ecstasy in those partnerships, like hasn't been known in the world for a very long time. People don't know about this thing. And it pulls the female energy into the male heart. So that's her power from her heart. And this has not been focused on. In fact, I'll just start reading. It takes 2 generations to forget an idea. This simple technique mysteriously just vanished in time, similar to the disappearance and eventual return of female. I'm not going to say that word because we don't want to get kicked off of Facebook. eventual return of the female pleasure, followed by female even more pleasure over the last 50 years. And now they can have multiple pleasures, like unending, right? I mean, that's a big difference from zero to as many as they want all night long. So a lot of women have achieved that. Um, Now, most likely, the disappearance of all of that was due to our cultural teaching that God doesn't like indulging in that much pleasure, right? That's bad. That means you're a lush, and yeah, makes you supposedly a bad woman or a bad man. Mostly women, right? We're made out to be the bad guy. So this notorious big lie that sexual, oops, I said the word. Oh, that word that pleasure was bad made women stop teaching about female pleasure through enforced dogma, emotional and physical suffering, punishment, trauma, and even death. So it was about 500 years ago when the burning times occurred. I'm not going to get into it deeply, where we saw many European women tortured, their property seized, and knowledge destroyed. Women stopped speaking and conformed to domination as men felt helpless to intercede. I was just thinking today, there were even times when uh, the men stood up so strongly beside their woman and were the heroes, and they just got burned at the stake alongside their wife. So the men learned not to stand up for the women because there was no use, both of them dying at the same time. There was nothing the men could do. So the women stopped speaking, conformed to domination, and men felt helpless. Those that held on to the feminine wisdom were highly persecuted. And I have a link there. You can go to, you can jot this down if you're interested, Starhawk, with a couple other authors in this project. They did a trilogy, the Goddess Trilogy of the Burning Times, Goddess Restored, and then there was the Old Goddess, when she was honored and revered in history. And in the middle is the Burning Times, which is the really painful one. A lot of women cry when they see that, just imagining the suffering or remembering it at a deep subconscious level. Some of them are very aware of past lives where they experienced that. So it was horrible. It was horrible back then. The women have felt lost and the men suffered along with them. Without this technique that just disappeared in time, where was I? Without the so a man without the technique, ecstasy died. It was gone. A man is typically not satisfied without having sex, and the woman loses interest in sex without her heart being fully received. So the men didn't know how to do the technique anymore that made her heart radiate, and the women were not allowed to teach it, or they were like, they just shut up. And it was a very dark, unhappy time. So the Dark Ages has been reigning for supposedly 500 years and getting worse. Actually, I guess the worst torture was back 500 years ago. But anyways, the last 500 years has been just this, pressure on women and keeping them down. And there's been no focus on the heart, on the energy of the heart. Somehow they stopped the teaching of energy, the teaching of the energy centers called chakras from India is the name, but they're energy vortexes. And that's what we use in the technique to make the woman have her energy feel merged into the man's energy field in his heart. So it's the merging of the energy fields of the heart like this. Ooh, it's pretty intense. It's pretty beautiful. Not just pretty beautiful, it's the ultimate beauty a woman can feel in her lifetime. And when she feels that, she is, so happy, so elated, and the man is doing his job to make her happy. A man absolutely desires to make a woman happy. And when he can't do that, he feels like he's worthless, like he's not accomplishing his job, like he's there, but he's not getting it done. And so he tries to make her happy, with lots of pleasure, the way he's been taught, in the uh, pornography genre is usually where the men are learning stuff. And she doesn't respond quite the way he had hoped she would. Or sometimes the women will go through long phases, maybe lasting for years, where she experiments. She says, well, okay, I'm not getting fulfillment in my heart, so I'm going to try, getting the fulfillment that he wants to give me. And she'll go wackadoodles on that for years, perhaps, and then lose interest. Maybe 10 years, maybe 20 years, and then her hormones die. They take a dive bomb. And suddenly she's just not the little vixen vamp that she was for all those years, and she doesn't know where it went, but she doesn't feel that at all anymore. She's not inspired. All right, so back to this. So women have felt lost. It's just a big, they've been trying to be what men wanted, to try to feel that, love bonding that they want, but it doesn't work. When women try to become men, oh man, that makes it worse, because then men feel like they're not useful to women anymore. When women take over all of his jobs, then it gets even worse. So that was a bad turn. Women became men, but it had to happen in history. It had to happen because the men had gone so deep into the domination thing that the women were so unsatisfied, so unhappy, so mistreated in many instances, that they just had to stand up for themselves and provide and protect for themselves. So this thing has gone, into a mess and gotten very chaotic very quickly. It seems to be getting worse, but it's all going to be turning around with the return of this technique. I'm not kidding you. It all comes back. So when the man learns how to do it, and the woman can teach him really quite easily, it's not difficult. She feels unconditional love. She feels satisfied and fulfilled in her heart like never before, like a big fairy tale romance. And this can continue every day if they will commit to being engaged in this embrace for a minimum of 10 minutes a day. Usually it's going to go on much longer, because once the heart's awakened in the woman, the genie's out of the bottle, she feels like she's flying on the magic carpet because these hearts are merged. Then she's really her interest in the deep pleasure and satisfying her partner shoots sky high. So it doesn't matter if she's given up for a year, a month, 5 years, even 10 years. Once the heart is activated again, she's back in business, and better than before, because now she knows how to have this experience at any time, the deepest and best, most satisfying experience for her any time, guys. So this is just such an enormous win-win. All right, so men also lost the fulfillment. I'm down below the gold thing now. Men also lost the fulfillment from women's authentic adoration. And when he receives this loving energy, he feels acknowledged and empowered like the hero he was meant to be. His design to receive her energy is fulfilled. The design is the male, female, and child. It's the basis of life on earth, and that has been broken. The yin yang has not been fulfilled, going from her heart to his and down into the genitals, back up and round and spinning and fulfilling. And both he and his goddess, are meant to be fulfilled that way. So once that heart activation happens again, boy, she is just ridiculously happy. I don't care if she's 90 years old. It's going to come back. It's going to come back in some way. And guess what, guys? If you happen to be 90 years old or 80 or suffering from a disability or whatnot, that doesn't stop the heart energies from merging. That doesn't stop the magnetic energies from moving inside the body, causing extreme pleasure. Look, they fit together like this, masculine and feminine, like magnets right there, exchanging energy. They don't need to move at all. So you don't need to be doing the gymnastics of when you were young, or perhaps, if you're handicapped, when you were fully, physically capable. It doesn't matter. You don't need to move. The magnetics do it for you. And when you tune in with the heart connection, then you're internally engaged in feeling those magnetic energies. There's just no losing here. This covers all the bases, you guys. So that magnetic energy makes you feel like you are making love in the most beautiful way, with the heart engaged. The mind is just kind of steps aside and allows for connection to the divine. And the beautiful energy transmissions from your heart, your love, your merged hearts is surging down through your body, down through your toes, into the earth. And it's just moving. Everything is moving from your lover to you, back and forth as one. So this has been missing from the earth for who knows how long. Has it been a couple hundred years? Has it been 500 years? Has it been 1,000 years? We don't know. We will probably find out. All I know is it's time for it to come back, or I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. There are people in the world that are recognizing this all-inclusive power of the heart energy, because once you learn it, you're connected. And the more you do it, the more you open to it, the more you're receiving connection to the divine. So I go on to explain this throughout my book. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for today. I just want to give you, I don't know how long I talked, 10 or 15 minutes, but I wanted to give you some short versions of my book and things in it. So I will probably put some of these out regularly just for my followers on the page. And I'll start doing some Facebook Lives. If you catch me and want to ask me some questions about these things, please do, or make some notes below in the Facebook post. Maybe I'll get it up on Instagram too. We'll see. This format's kind of big for Instagram. But I love you guys. I have so many beautiful things to share with you. And please don't feel shy. Just get on and start talking about this, because we're really not getting into the super personal things. It all starts clearing up when the hearts come together. So really all we need to discuss is how to get those hearts together, how to make that happen, no matter what situation that you're in with your partner, because we can do it with, we can open up people who are closed, right? And you should be with somebody who is opening up to you, that you have the possibility of that with, of experiencing this every day to the day you die. And if you're single, you should learn how to feel somebody who can meet you at the full heart level that you're at, and the desire to connect at the level that you're at. So we can discuss all these things and more. I have 150 pages. I'm going to go back to work on that when I'm done here. I love you so much. I love this work so much. Being alive is so great in this time period. You guys have everything to look forward to, just with the balancing of the male-female energy. The balancing means it's going to work at maximum effect. Yeah, that's what we have to look forward to. And you can jump in head first with this. So simple, ridiculously. But the more you practice, the more you understand how it works, the more you incorporate it into your everyday life, start attracting men that can relate to you and resonate with your heart, no matter who you are. Even if you're a man and you want to attract a woman that resonates with a romantic relationship that you want, the ultimate one, then you want to learn the details of this. So anyway, I'll be doing some presentations like this. Please get to know me. I want to know you. Okay? All right. Take care. Let's see how I can get this to stop now. Woot, woot, woot. There we go. Oh, I'm still on here. Okay. Trying to figure out how to turn this off, you guys. I really don't understand what I'm looking at right now. I see my little face here. Hmm. This is so odd. It's not this one. Is it this one? Hmm. Well, there I am. Sorry if you held on all that time. I'm learning the hard way how to work these things. Unfortunately, I don't have a 20 something here telling me how to do everything. All right, now I can hit the end button. Sorry about that. Bye.